Kamara Drive-In. Hello, everyone. I'm Jonathan Coachman. This is Madden NFL Football on EA Sports. Coming up, 2017 Offensive Rookie of the Year, Alvin Kamara. Fresh off a big performance a week ago, as it'll be the Washington Redskins taking on the Dallas Cowboys. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, they've got right around 100,000 packed in here like sardines at AT&T Stadium, and with the roof closed and the bottled waters flowing, figures to be a loud and raucous atmosphere in Arlington. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Washington Redskins and the Dallas Cowboys. Two teams here playing for pride as the final week of the NFL season is underway. This is taken at the 3. Then he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So out comes the Redskins offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by their quarterback, a product of NC State. It's Jacoby Brissett.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
Here's the former number 2 pick, the Pro Bowler Saquon Barkley. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. And here a look at the offensive starters for the Redskins.
And we focus on maybe the ultimate home run hitter in the NFL today, and that's running back Saquon Barkley, because teams come into every game with the idea that they want to limit his production and especially his big playability. But how many times did we watch him in his rookie year where he would be limited throughout the game, and then all of a sudden there he goes out the back door, 50, 60, 70 yards. He's a lot of fun to watch unless you're trying to defend him.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. From the gun, here's Brissett. And he fires one, but incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Yeah, last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Cowboys under head coach Jason Garrett as they get set for their first opportunity. Leading them out at QB is the former North Carolina Tar Heel, Mitchell Trubisky. This is Alvin Kamara, who made the Pro Bowl in each of his first 2 NFL seasons. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line. The headshots here are the offensive unit. And what about Brandon Cooks?
If he's not a 1,000-yard receiver every year he's healthy in the league, I'll be surprised. Came out of college wanting to be a pro, studied all the best receivers in the NFL before he even got to the league.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Simply not much more you can ask out of your running back. Over 100 yards and the 3 touchdowns.
And for an old coot like me, I loved it because he did it on the ground. A running back taking control of the game. That's what I like to see.
Hold on. An old coot?
Coot, C-O-O-T.
All right, I'll look that up later. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. His big tight end, Tyler Eifert, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. They find themselves just a couple of spots outside of the top 10 defending the pass, number 12 in the league.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a third down. They go play action. Trubisky. And Eifert has it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 16 in the Dallas first down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Now Kamara. They'll get only a couple down to the 44. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike is 59.
This is Kenyon Drake, the 4th-year man from Alabama. And he's going to be stopped close to the first down marker at about the Redskins 38. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Trubisky now off the bootleg. And the catch good. It's Eifert. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins 23.
Brandon, unless my eyes deceive me, I think they found a matchup that they're trying to exploit here, don't you? I mean, it's the second time they've gone to him here on this drive.
Yeah, opening drive. It's a tone setter, right? I think they're going to be looking his way a lot.
Yeah, and I think that the way things are going right now, they like him as a featured receiver. Let's see what kind of adjustments the defense is going to make to try and take that away.
Off the play fake. Here's Trubisky. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Nick Bosa in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Here we go.
On the ground, Kamara. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Josh Allen in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback, because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Was a kicker from that distance, 56, 57 yards. So many things you got to worry about, but I am a little surprised he didn't get it there.
Yeah, with the way kickers are nowadays, we're surprised anything under 65 that it doesn't get at least to the crossbar. But remember this. You have to drive it a little bit lower in order to make that distance, and you also have to be worried about the interior rush that they can get their hands on it. So that's why those stronger kickers nowadays who can pop it up in the air and still travel and carry it, that's who you're looking for.
Well, now they'll start 3 yards shy of midfield after that long 57-yard miss. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop, but that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Brissett completes it to Dixon. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Redskin 1st down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Brissett, and the grab by Croft. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington 1st down. A 1st down carry for Barkley. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 18 carries, 57 yards.
Are we playing old school football now? We've got the top 10 rusher in the league. He's sitting at number 10, but he has a chance to move up with a big-time game. So expect that offensive line every time they go to the bench and tell the offensive coordinator, let's run the football.
Now Saquon Barkley. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it's going to be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
They'll try and run forward with Barkley. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to throw now. Brissett. Finding Green complete. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. This is 3rd and goal. Brissett.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible. Hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter. Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
On to try the field goal now, Phil Dawson from the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. Dawson's kick is up and through. And it's 3-0 as the Redskins strike first. They took it all the way to the 1, but in the end, opt for 3.
Just doesn't sound right, does it? If you get all the way down to the 1-yard line, isn't that supposed to be a play in the end zone that culminates in a touchdown for your team?
And per usual, it felt like the guys on the sideline wanted to go ahead and go for it.
Of course they did, but of course head coach, it defers back to him, and he made the decision, let's get 3 out of this, make sure we get some points.
Cowboy offense heading out. Let's take a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. Got some room at the 30 and cuts out right sideline. And down right around the 37. And he's going to get this all the way down to the Redskins' 37-yard line. Nothing after one on EA Sports. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Kamara fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2. On second down, Kamara. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32.
You got it. You got it.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So it's a second missed field goal here in this first half. He'll have to think about that going forward. Maybe time for a little soul-searching as well.
Yeah, the head coach might be looking towards the heavens because you wonder if this will affect the 4th down decision-making going forward. If you get 4th and 3, 4th and 4, situations that used to be calls for the kicker might get a second thought.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. On the draw, this is Barkley. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. The Redskins on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. To throw is Brissett. A bullet throw, but incomplete. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. Mitchell Trubisky on his way out, the subject of our players' spotlight. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with a quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. A loss of 2 there, second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
After the loss, here's 2nd and 12 from the 18. Here's Trubisky toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after, and it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, Trubisky. Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. Eric Kendricks able to record his 5th sack of the season.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Now Jordan Berry on to kick this one away. Back deep, Tariq Cohen. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. A well-hit ball there. 50 yards on the punt, 3 on the return. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give the Redskins 13 there and a 1st down. On 1st and 10, Brissett. And a completion to Wilson. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. On play action, Brissett.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of 1st downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 1st downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Play action. It's Trubisky. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Jason Pierre-Paul able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, they had the right down and the definite distance to take a shot downfield, but it didn't work out the way that they had envisioned.
No, that's a situation where if you take a sack close to the line of scrimmage, it's not that bad. But a loss like that, you can't take a sack there.
Yeah, absolutely. The one thing you cannot do, they did.
The Cowboys on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Play action. Now Trubisky. And he's got a moonwalk. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 30 yards there. And, of course, the first down as well. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
Much more room to operate under after the big play. Here's 1st and 10. Kamara. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. They go play action with Trubisky. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. A gain of just a yard, but it's a 1st down. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
On 2nd down and 4. Trubisky. And that's incomplete. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Now it's Trubisky. Got his man. It's Eifert. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins 33.
Let's go.
Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the 2nd quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now it's Trubisky. He gets it to Cooks. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Trubisky. And that's complete to Cooks. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 15-yard line.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
The first opportunity in the red zone for the Cowboys. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. Again, it's Trubisky. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Fletcher Cox racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Here's Trubisky to throw, and his throw's going to be incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Trubisky. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. And Sturgis able to knock it through, and that will tie things up as we head toward halftime. So he exercises a few demons by getting that one to go, but tie game, so those two misses could still loom large.
They'll probably hang over him the rest of the way, you have to think. But now you get a fresh start. All even. Time for that defense to rise up and get the ball back.
Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And we're under a minute to go here. What's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, you string them together, could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
A first down throw for Brissett. And this is incomplete. Albert Wilson, the intended receiver there. And that'll bring up second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw, Brissett. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. On third down, Brissett. And the throw there going to be incomplete. DRC, Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie getting in there to break it up.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches have told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for Washington. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. And gearing up for another drive, Tyler Eifert trots back onto the field. He's within shouting distance of a 1,000-yard season, but you read the local paper this morning. There was no talk of that mark. They interviewed him, and he wasn't talking about 1,000 yards. The old cliche focused on this game. If he has a big one, might be able to get the win and 1,000 yards.
Seems like he just wants to let it come to him, right, as opposed to trying to force it. That's probably the right idea and the right attitude. So game situation, play calling will dictate things. Now, how does he get there once he tries to get hot? Formations, route running, trying to get mismatches for him, different types of routes he will run downfield, short, medium, long. All those things will come into play as he tries to get to that magical number.
So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you as always. Welcome into our final regular season edition of our Halftime Report. Playoff lives hanging in the balance as we take you around the NFL one final time. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been as tight as we expected, all tied through one half of play. For the call of the second half, let's get it back to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Off the play fake. Here's Trubisky. And Eifert has it. How did he stay on his feet? Tyler Eifert, 30, 10, touchdown, Cowboys. Tyler Eifert, his second touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. Charles, that was a heck of a play.
It truly was, because when he made that catch, he had to shake through some people, right? So that play, to me, a highlight film that should be accompanied by bass music, right? I mean, boom, 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 and he finds his way to the end zone. Terrific play.
Caleb Sturgis now for the point after. And it is up. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's capped off with a Cowboys touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Here we go.
So here's the Redskins offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you, because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. So after that hot start, the numbers here show the decline. What has the defense done adjustment-wise?
Sometimes when you have a running back who's gotten off to a hot start, you've got to catch him before he really gets going. So you change what you do across the defensive front. Instead of the linebackers being back a few yards, you bring them up closer. It's what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, taking away a lot of blocking angles and gaps, and maybe stopping him before he can get going.
Mugging the line of scrimmage, okay.
Yeah, in this case,
the Pro Bowler Fletcher Cox there to get him down. 2nd and 5 now. Trubisky got an open man. It's a moonwalk. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 27 yards there, a first down.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there, and he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. A man who's been busy this afternoon. It's Kamara again. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Again, it's Kamara. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left. First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. Out of the gun, Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Here's Jordan Berry now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10.
Here we go, G. Get off the field.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he slings one that's incomplete. The tight end, Ed Dixon, was the target. And it's 2nd down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
They'll run. This is Kamara. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. Fletcher Cox there for the tackle. They run it again with Kamara. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes if you got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the shotgun is Trubisky. And that will be incomplete.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Here's Jordan Berry now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. By the way, third quarter now in Cincinnati as we take a look at the NFL scoreboard. And the Browns, they've extended their lead in that ball game. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor.
And he's into the clear. The 20, 10, touchdown, Washington. Saquon Barkley, his 9th touchdown of the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. They've done a good job of holding him down in the first half, but he explodes for a big one right there.
Yeah, I've got an image in my head of him being surrounded by a bunch of people, really, with ropes and other things trying to keep him locked in. But eventually they got tired too. And just as you noted, he broke out.
And it's a guy that usually you can only keep down for so long. Here's Phil Dawson now for the point after. And he'll put it through, and that evens us up at 10 apiece. It only took him 2 plays there to find the end zone. The last one, the long run, getting him in for 6 points. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. He is knocking on the door for 100 yards in this ball game.
And it's so important. It doesn't seem like it's that big of a deal. Just short of it, a little bit over. A little bit over feels better to everyone. Offensive line, running back, team totals. Just something magical about breaking that barrier.
And he's right there on the doorstep now. Running with Kamara. P.J. Hall there to make the tackle. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Trubisky will throw. It's caught left side by Cooks. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first.
Well, they obviously red man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that, Burko?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
Trubisky now 11 of 16 through the air. It's 1st and 10. On the counter, here's Kamara. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. From just shy of midfield, Trubisky. Pass incomplete. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason...
Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Devon Kennard. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
And checking in on what's going on up in the Meadowlands. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Barkley, and not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside, as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up second down. Again, it's Barkley. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle. On second down, here's Barkley. And he'll get 2, maybe 3, up near the 37. And on third down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. Oh, he may have gotten lucky. Tried to dump it off underneath on the check down. Nearly picked. Instead, it's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, as it turned out. Couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
Here's Michael Pilardi now. He's been terrific so far.
Let's go, baby.
And this offense led by Mitchell Trubisky going to make their way back out there. How do you break down his game so far? Just the one touchdown pass, but sometimes the touchdown pass stat category, that doesn't tell the whole story.
It really doesn't. Not until you balance it with the error side. You know, and in this case, he hasn't thrown any interceptions. So a lot of people would call this almost a pedestrian game, kind of a bus driver game. But that's just really wrong. Being a bus driver is a good thing if you're running a football team, because that means you're in control and you're taking your team to the right places.
Yeah, he's been pretty solid. Trubisky now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Back now here on EA Sports. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They go play action. Trubisky, and the catch good. It's Eifert. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. And that'll be incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Kamara off the draw. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Now Trubisky to throw. And that is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Dallas. And This will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds, and they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
This is Barkley. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. Jalen Smith, who took a huge step forward last year, in on the tackle for Dallas.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. They go with a fullback line. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion.
It's amazing how much advice defensive players get on 3rd down. You hear the bench screaming out, watch the draw, watch the screen, watch the pass here. Very rarely do they reference watching the fullback, and he slipped through and picked up a 1st down.
On 1st and 10, Brissett. And his throw here's incomplete. The rookie DK Metcalf, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. It's Barkley on the counter. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one go in the wrong direction. Brissett from the gun on 3rd. Hard throw, incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for Washington. This is taken at the 23. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And the pass complete to Anunwa. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the 1st. And on the ground they go with a running back. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Throwing here, Trubisky. And that is incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty, no question there.
You don't think they spent a couple of seconds mulling over what the penalty would do for them?
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Sturgis for the extra point, and that makes it a 17-10 score. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Green once again the intended receiver, but it's going to be second down. On second down, Brissett again. Caught by Wilson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Brissett. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give the Redskins 13 there and a first down. And boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Brissett sets to throw it. And a completion to Wilson. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They'll run with Barkley. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Brissett to throw on first. And he rifles one incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And that'll bring up second down. Throwing, Brissett. And the grab by Croft. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. Brissett. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
Yeah, you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and then completions to use the clock.
So a challenge is upon us. I tell you, close game, 4th quarter. This is a huge decision.
Oh, no doubt about that, partner. A lot has to be riding on this call. And you know it is a tight one because it has to be indisputable visual evidence in order to change it. Now here's the big question. Do they actually have that evidence?
We're about to find out. And the challenge pays dividends. The ref overturns the play.
Everyone gets a bonus on this one, Brandon. The coach upstairs who signaled down and said challenge it, and the head coach for pulling the red flag.
Saquon Barkley denied on 4th down. And the Cowboys defense is going to get him the football back. Well, they knew who to turn to on 4th down. Their horse, they needed the short yardage. He just couldn't get it.
And that's the surprise because normally That's bread and butter for them, right? Hand it to the big guy, let him go, pick up the first down. Didn't get it there. All credit to the defense. Usually, even if they know he's coming, he can't be stopped, and they got it done on that play.
On 2nd and 10, Trubisky. He was looking to go back to Cooks one more time, and it'll bring up 3rd down. Another incompletion would certainly be ideal defensively. A big play now. This is 3rd and 10. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Here's Jordan Berry now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Here comes Cohen. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. They are in the 4th and Buffalo. And you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Another victory perhaps in the cards. They're looking as good as anybody as the playoffs draw near. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Brissett. And that'll be incomplete. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. To throw, Brissett. That one brought in by his tight end, Adam Shaheen. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. On the run, it's Barkley. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. That's something we saw over and over again in Barkley's rookie season. He had 91 catches last year, most ever by a rookie running back. Part of a fantastic rookie campaign that saw him go over 2,000 total yards. Brissett on 1st down. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. So now let's reset here, Charles. They do have 2 timeouts left, so they can stop the clock twice. This one's not quite over yet.
No, and what you're doing on defense, you're going to use both timeouts, obviously. But you've got to call defenses are going to force the issue early, meaning you want that play over fast. You don't want to give them time to dance around in the backfield or run a wide sweep that'll take off time. Blitz them, put pressure on them, make sure that play ends quickly so that you can go ahead and keep moving.
Now Kamara. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The Redskins going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. We're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 6.
On the ground, Kamara. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
They will take the knee here, and they will finish this regular season with a victory.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for Dallas, it will wind up a .500 season as the win means they'll finish right at 8-8. And by just about all accounts, not the type of year they were hoping to have. Meanwhile, for the Redskins, it'll be a 10-loss season as they wrap up 6-10. And I think you have to say, ultimately, this was a team that really underachieved. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.